Good afternoon, students. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss about the first topic in the first unit. The first unit is fundamentals of digital systems and logic families. In the first unit, we are going to study the basics of digital electronics and the logic families which are used to realize some digital systems we are going to discuss. The main objective of this unit is to discuss the fundamentals or basics of the digital systems or digital circuits and various logic families which are used to realize those digital systems or digital circuits. So I'm going to review the last class. In the last class, I have explained what is the difference between the analog electronics and the digital electronics. After that, I have explained the advantages of digital electronics over the analog electronics. We have studied the analog electronics in the third semester itself, and now we are going to study the digital electronics. It is another branch of electronics in the current semester, that is in the fourth semester. Analog electronics and the digital electronics both are the two different branches in the electronics. Electronics is a science which deals the current conduction through the semiconductor. It is a science of study of the current conduction through the semiconductor is called the electronics. Whatever the electronic devices you can take in the real life that are made with of semiconductors only. These electronics is a science and technology, and it is divided into two more branches. One is called analog electronics and another one is called digital electronics. So we have discussed this one. Analog electronics we have studied in the third semester, and in the fourth semester we are going to study the another branch of electronics, that is called digital electronics. Analog electronics is one branch of electronics which completely deals with the analog signals only. These completely deals with the analog signals only. The best example for the analog electronic system, that is the rectifier or amplifier. You can go with the amplifier is the best example for the analog electronic circuit. In case of digital electronic circuit, the best example for the digital electronic circuit or the digital electronic system, that is a digital computer. Digital computer is the best example, or digital calculator is also the best example for the digital electronic system or digital electronic circuit. Analog electronics definition is very simple. It is one branch of electronics in which all the circuits deals with the analog signals only. Analog signal, that means what? Here we will be having an electronic circuit to which we will be applying the analog signal. We will be applying the analog signal, and output of this system is also the analog. Then that electronics is named as analog electronics. We have the electronic circuit, and we have been studying the behavior of this particular electronic circuit by applying the analog signal, and the output is also the analog signal. That analog signal may be voltage or current. Here input may be voltage or current, and here also output may be voltage or current. In case of analog electronics, the electronic circuits completely deals with the analog signals only, and that branch is called as analog electronics. A branch of electronics is completely deals with the analog signals that may be voltage and current, that is called analog electronics. And here the digital electronics, the branch of electronics which completely deals with the digital signals, that is called digital electronics. That means what? Here we are having an electronic circuit, we will be having an electronic circuit to which we are giving the digital signal as an input. If the output is also the digital signal, that may be voltage or current, then that is named as it is a digital electronic circuit. I am defining the digital electronics. It is a branch of electronics in which complete electronic circuits deals with the digital signals only, that is called digital electronics. The best example for the digital electronic circuit, that is a digital calculator or the digital computer. And these complete analog electronics we have studied in case of in the third semester itself only. And here we are going to study the digital electronics in the fourth semester. Here, in case of analog electronics, it has been dealing with the analog signals. In case of digital electronics, and this is a study of the behavior of a system with the digital signal, analog signal and digital signal. Before going to study the complete fundamentals of the digital electronics, we must know the differences between our comparison between the analog signal and the digital signal. So generally, analog signal and the digital signal, these are the classification of signal. So one may ask that what is the signal? So analog signal and the digital signals are the two classes of the signals. The first we should learn what is signal. What is signal? Signal may be anything. Signal may be anything which conveys some information. Signal may be anything which carries some information, that is called a signal. If a physical phenomenon is carrying something, is carrying some information, it is conveying some information, then that is called as a signal. That signals will be divided into two types. Basically, one is called analog signal and next one is a digital signal. Analog signals will be used in the analog electronics and the digital signals will be used in the digital electronics. Then you must know what is analog electronics. A signal which is continuously varying, with respect to the time, that is called analog signal. For example, if I go with the example of ECG, ECG stands for electrocardiogram. It is nothing but it is a signal. It is continuously varying with respect to the time. If you go with the ECG signal will be like this. It is keep on varying, it is keep on changing with respect to the time, then this is called as analog signal. Analog signal is a one which is continuously varying with respect to the time and which conveys some information. That signal is named as analog signal. Then what it is conveying the information? It is describing the functionality of the human heart. The analog signal, the definition of the analog signal is very, very simple. A signal continuously varying with respect to the time, that is called analog signal. And if you go with the AC voltage signal. If you go with the AC voltage or current signal. AC stands for alternating current, and we are going with the signal is like this. Alternating current, and will be, it is having the positive and negative, positive and negative. This is called, it is a sinusoidal signal. Here, if it is a voltage, the magnitude will be in volts, and if it is current, the magnitude will be in amperes. So here this is 0 to t. For example, assume that it is 0 to, I am going with the 4 pi, assume that. The signal is continuously varying with respect to the time from 0 to pi. See this one? The signal is continuously varying from 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi, 4 pi. And this type of signals are named as analog signals. And you can take the another analog signal, that is the voice signal, is also the analog signal. The voice signal is, or a speech signal, is continuously varies with respect to the time. As the time is varying, as the time is moving from 0 to 4 pi, the signal is also varying, and that type of signals are named as analog signals. These signals can be applied as an input in the case of analog electronics, so that we are able to get the analog signal at the output also. That type of electronics is named as analog electronics. These two are the best example for the analog signal. The definition of the analog signal is very, very simple, that analog signal is a one in which the amplitude and time is varying. A signal which continuously varies, with respect to the time is called analog signal. A signal which continuously varies with respect to the time is called analog signal. We studied the behavior of the diodes, transistor by applying the analog signals in the AE. In the analog electronics, we studied the behavior of the diodes and the transistors by applying the analog signal. The output of this analog system, the output of this electronic system is also the analog. That means what? The changes in the output voltage or current in accordance with the changes in the input signal. So here one more important point is that in analog signal we can have the infinite levels of amplitude. See this one? Here to here, for example, this is 0 and the maximum amplitude is, I am assuming, is 12 volts. And the minimum is 0 and the maximum is 12. From 0 to 12, I can have the infinite amplitude levels, that is 0, 0.001, 0.0001, like that up to the 12 volts I can have the infinite amplitude levels. The 2 key points are very, very important in case of analog signal. First one, definition. Another one is a property of the analog signal. A signal which continuously varies with respect to the time is called analog signal. In case of analog signal, we will be having the infinite amplitude levels. That means what? At every instant of time, there is a signal. At every instant of time, there is a signal. So that analog signal sometimes is also called as continuous time signals. Analog signals is also called as continuous time signal. This signal is continuous with respect to the time. So this is the major key points which you have to remember. Analog electronics completely deals with the analog signal. Analog signal is a one in which the amplitude is continuously varies with respect to the time. In analog signal we will be having the infinite levels of amplitude. This is analog signal. Then if you are good at the analog signal, that is very simple to analyze the digital signal. Then I am going with the digital signal now. Digital signal is a one. Digital signal is a one which can have only two discrete levels of amplitudes only. In case of analog signal, we are having the infinite amplitude levels. We are having the infinite amplitude levels. Infinite amplitude levels we will be having in case of analog signal. In case of digital signal, we can have only two discrete amplitude levels only, either 0 or 1, either high or low. Only two amplitude levels we can have. That here a digital signal, I am giving the definition of the digital signal. Definition of the digital signal is very simple. A signal that may be voltage or current which can have only two discrete values, then that is called as digital signal. For example, I am going with the definition. Definition of the digital signal is very simple. In case of analog signal, we will be having the infinite amplitude levels, whereas in digital signal we can have only two discrete amplitude levels, that is low or high, 0 or 1, and on or off. So here the definition is very simple, and I can go with the example of the digital signal. If you go with the square signal, you can get the clear picture about the digital signal. If you go with the square signal, this is a square signal. So now this is a signal from 0 to t, and there is a signal from t to 2t and 2t to 3t, and this is the signal. It is a square signal. If you clearly observe this signal, it is having only two amplitudes. From 0 to t, it is having the amplitude, I can call it is 1. From t to 2t, it is having the amplitude is 0 only. From 3t to 4t, again it is having the amplitude is 0. From 2t to 3t, it is having the amplitude is 1. In case of digital signal, it is a signal that may be voltage or current which can have only two discrete values of amplitudes. A discrete value, it is a finite value. It is having the two discrete values, either 1 or 0. Whereas in case of analog signal, we will be having the infinite amplitude levels. For example, I took the example that is 0 to 12 volts. And from 0 to 12 volts, we can get the infinite amplitude levels. In case of digital signal, we can have only two amplitude levels, and that amplitude levels are nothing but 1 or 0, high or low. This 1 is called as high, 0 is called as low. So a signal definition, a signal which can have only two discrete values is called digital signal. The best example for the digital signal is the square signal. And here, in case of digital electronics, the semiconductor devices like the diodes and transistors can be designed to operate in the two modes only, two states of operation only. Anyway, in digital electronics and analog electronics, we will be using the diodes and transistors only. In analog electronics, we will be using the diodes and transistors, and in digital electronics also, we will be using the diodes and transistors. But in the case of digital electronics, these diodes and transistor can be designed to operate in two modes of operation only. One is cutoff region, another one is a saturation region. In case of digital electronics, the diodes and the transistor are designed to operate in the cutoff region and the saturation region. Cutoff region generally treated as the low and the saturation region is treated as the high. That means what? By operating the diode and the transistor in cutoff and saturation, we will be getting the digital signal, that is 0 and 1. So what I wanted to conclude the point now, the semiconductor devices such as diodes and transistors in the digital electronics can be designed to operate in the cutoff and saturation. In that case, output voltages either cutoff or saturation. Cutoff means low and the saturation will be high. In that case, output voltage can have only two cases, either low or high. So an electronic circuit is designed to operate in two stages only. An electronic circuit which is designed to operate in two states is called the digital system or a digital circuit. If an electronic circuit is designed to operate in the infinite levels, then that is named as analog electronics. And if an electronic circuit is designed to operate in the two states, that is saturation and cutoff, then that circuit is named as a digital circuit. So now I am going to finishing of this lesson by giving what are the differences between the analog system and the digital system. Just now I have explained electronic circuit can be classified into the two systems. One is analog system and the digital system. And before going to study the analog system and the digital system, one has to know what is the system. One has to know what is system. A system is nothing but it is a meaningful interconnection of all discrete components, that is called a system. For example, if you go with the mobile charger, it is the best example for the system in which we will be having the diodes, we will be having some inductors and capacitor, we will be having the Zener diode, and we will be having the step down transformer. Like that, all these discrete components are connected in a meaningful way to convert the AC to DC, This is called a system. System definition is very simple. It is a meaningful interconnection of various discrete components to provide a specific function is called a system. That electronic systems will be classified into two types, that is analog system and the digital system. Analog system are those in which voltage and currents continuously varies with respect to the time. Here for example, just now I have explained the analog system. This is an analog system, assume that, and to which we are giving the analog signal only. Then output is also analog signal, and this output may not be the same of the input signal. That may be the different analog signal. So analog systems are those in which voltage and currents vary continuously through the given range. They can take the infinite values within the specific range. Here to here, these will take the infinite values. The best example for the analog systems, we know that the best example for the analog systems, amplifiers, just now I have explained, amplifier, function generator, electric motors, all these are the best examples of the analog system. And coming to the digital system, I am going to give the definition of the digital system. Digital systems are those in which the voltage levels assumed to be a finite number of distinct values. Only two values we can have. Each voltage levels can actually a narrow band of the voltages. Voltage levels switched from one value to another value instantaneously. For example, it is the digital system to which we have applied some digital signal like this. Not like this, digital signal. This is the digital signal we have applied. This is the high state and this is low state, and it is directly switching from high states to low state. So that switching time is 0. It is switching directly from high states to low state instantaneously. The switching time is very less, that is almost to 0. In that case, digital systems are faster than the analog systems. That means what? Voltage level switched from one value to the another value instantaneously. That transition time is 0. Hence, the digital systems also called as switching system. These digital systems also called as switching system. And the digital systems have the many advantages. Digital systems has the many advantages. It is offering the ease of design, and we can store the information in the digital form is very easily. That means what the digital systems are using as a storage devices, and by using the digital system we can get the accuracy and precision, and the digital systems are more versatile, and likewise the digital systems are less affected by the noise. All these are the best advantages from the digital system compared to the analog system. But the digital systems are facing only one disadvantage, that the real world is completely analog only. Real world, if you take any signal in the world, that is analog only. If you wanted to note down the temperature of one particular hour in a day, that is a continuous only. It is keep on varying with respect to the time. If you wanted to note down the pulse rate of a patient, in one particular in a particular given time, and that is a continuous only. Every fraction of second you can take the reading of the pulse rate of that particular patient. And real world, if you go with the real world, whatever you find the signal, that complete signals are analog only. If you wanted to find the temperature, if you wanted to find the pressure in the air, and all these are analog. That means what it is continuously varies with respect to the time. The analog signal, the digital system is facing only one disadvantage, that real world is completely analog only. By using the digital system, we can achieve the many functions. We can perform some arithmetical operations by using the digital system. We can do some encoding and decoding operation. We can do some multiplexing and demultiplexing operation. We can do the comparator operation, and we can use this digital system as a storage elements or storage devices, and this can be used as the registers, and this can be used as the counters, and all these things we are going to discuss in the coming classes. How the digital systems can be used to perform the arithmetical operations, how the digital system can be used to perform the encoding and decoding, and the multiplication and demultiplication, comparison, how they can be used as a memory element, how they can be used as a counters. All these things we are going to study in the coming classes, and this is about the first topic in the syllabus. The first topic in the first unit, that is analog signal versus digital signal, and the analog system versus the digital system. With this, the first topic in the first unit is successfully completed, and in the next class we are going to discuss about the logic gates. Logic gates, nothing but these are the basic elements for any digital system. By using those logic gates, we can realize any other digital system, and so that the basic building blocks of any digital system are called logic gates only, and that logic gates we are going to discuss in the next class. And that logic gate, from the logic gate we can expect the one short answer question. There is no doubt that a short answer question is from the universal gates only. What is which are the universal gates, why we can call them as universal gates. This is the important question in the short answers. You can expect that question for the 2 or 3 marks, so that next class is very very important, and it is completely based for your digital electronics and logic design. If you clearly understand that logic circuits are the logic gates, then only you can realize any other logic circuit, or you can realize any other digital circuit by using that logic gates. Thank you, students, and don't go outside, and be safe in the home and take care of your family. Thank you.